Hot breath.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Where did he come from?
I don't know, man. That was crazy.
He bought tickets to the show. I saw him sitting in the crowd.
That is wild. Yeah, we're good. And there's some water for you too, buddy, if you get thirsty. It's our hot breath water. That's my gift to you.
That is hilarious.
Because it's all on brand. So thanks for doing this, man.
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, this is hot breath. That's why it says it on the water.
I know, I love it. It's hilarious.
But
Something more lighter
a little
than
lighter?
the last interview
that just happened.
just happened.
You
but
just
we're
got
here.
ambushed by TMZ.
Just got ambushed by ZMT,
ZMT?
as I put in my films. I like make fun of them. I put ZMT when I write my movies. I put ZMT, so they can't get me.
What does that happen to you a lot?
No, I mean not with like deep questions of like social, political stuff. I'm like, you know, me, I'm a real dude. I'm gonna say what I feel, but at the same time, it's like, hey, ask me about what I got on.
Yeah.
He went so deep. Like, what do you believe about? I'm like, yo, this is too political for me right now.
You should plug the Kingdom gear. You
I
should
know,
Plug it. Let them
yes.
know what's out there.
Yeah, shout out to the gear. We listen. We getting it done, man. We listen. It's been a long journey. Actually, 2 years. Isn't it long? We're getting it done though. The Kingdom of everything. Actually, it's Kingdom clothing right here.
Mhm.
I just, you know, we should be dressed like who we are and everything. So I just feel like, you know, just one of those things. I like to be different too. I don't like to look like anybody else. I like to look different from everybody else. I like to have my own style. Like every time people jock my style, kind of switch it up and everything.
So people were jocking the leather, and then you had to switch it up.
Switch
Is
it
that-
up. I was
Yeah.
leather king.
Uh-huh.
I used to have leather condoms.
Just
I
leather
was
condoms?
I was the leather king back in the day.
And now you got gear. I mean, the Kingdom. Well, that seems to be
Yes.
the Kingdom clothing and the Kingdom
Oh,
cafe
for everything.
as
Yes,
well.
yes.
It's
You
like-
did your research.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, we found a
of
way to
course.
make well, I can't say yeah, but we got some good brew for you. I can let you try some of our brew.
Yeah.
It's not coffee, it's brew.
Is that the
Nah, it's-
discrepancy?
well, yeah, we'd make sure you know that it's not coffee, it's brew. It's the best brew in the world. No crash, nothing. Twice
Oh.
the energy of coffee.
That's legal?
Oh yeah, it's very legal. It's very legal. Our secret ingredient. Yeah, it's good though.
It's
really
so
good.
crazy to see like the arc in your career.
Yeah, like me going from the booty sweat guy to Kingdom of Everything, right?
Yeah,
But if you
man.
study the tree and the branches I'm from and the seeds that I'm from, it makes all sense.
Well, even your dad he has a clothing store, doesn't he?
Back in like '99, so
Oh,
I guess
okay.
I'm repeating history. Yeah.
Yeah. It
Mhm.
was it's funny even because he was a pastor. Your grandfather was also
Yes,
a
yes.
pastor, and
With 27
Yeah.
generations of Levitical priest, I should say.
so is that what you're getting into more now? Is
No, I
maybe
miss who I
becoming-
am. It's not. I don't have to get into nothing that's in my blood. It's like you know. It's like you know. You look at certain people like Steph Curry. You look at Steph Curry. He's a ball player. His father was a ball. It's in your blood. It's like a code. You know, DNA is your coding. Is what it is. You know. We served my family. We served the father of generations and generations. You know, I was the first one to go to Hollywood and kind of make a career. You know, but at the same time, you always gonna come back to who you are. You know.
So is Mr. Booty Sweat, was that part of who you were?
Yeah, back
is it-
then. But
okay.
it's a journey. You can't get
Right,
mad
right,
at it. You have the journey. It was good. We had good times back then. You know.
Of course.
So you know, it was part of the journey, definitely.
Man, I bet
It's like Muhammad Ali. Look at Muhammad Ali.
Okay.
He was
Good
Cassius
example.
Clay,
Mhm.
and you know when he got enlightened in his faith, he became Muhammad Ali, which I will say made his story even greater. If he was always Cassius Clay, I don't think he would even made a rumble. It's part of people's story. The enlightenment side of it is always part of people's story. So
Yeah, and part of your story is you were in the machine. Like
Yeah.
you were head first all the way in
Oh, yeah.
the machine.
kind of like Moses.
So like, well, I because in researching you, you didn't really go into too much detail about that point in your life. It was more just like, here's some cool stories. But like, one thing I heard you mention is in Big Mama's house,
hmm
you wore the dress.
Yeah, I hated it.
And you said like after that it was like 5 years of hell.
7.
7 years of hell.
Well, 5-ish, but about 7.
So what? Go into more detail on that. What was that hell?
Well, for me, it was just my whole life was just came crashing down. You know, it was just I don't know, it was just stuff. Everything happened bad for me. It's like people call it a string of bad luck, but I don't believe in coincidences. So I think if the Father was trying to chastise me to show me, where I need to be at, for His purpose in my life.
So that like there weren't any more jobs after that, or
no, it was bigger than forget the jobs. They was actually offering me things and different stuff. I couldn't even, it wasn't even my whole state of being wasn't at peace. It wasn't even about the jobs. It was about your everyday life. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Going to the store if something bad happens. It was like a string. Like people say, string of bad luck. The best way I can say in the language of Gentiles, the best way I can say it is a string of bad luck.
So how low did it get?
Pretty low.
What was the rock bottom?
Read Job. No, it wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, but yeah. Yeah. Yeah, man. It's in me, man. It's in me. It's who I am. I can't deny it. I was talking to him, the guy out there. He said he just, some people feel like that's what they are. You can't tell a person who is, say, for example, there's this lady on the news. She says she feels like she's a black woman inside. I mean, that's what she feels. That's what she connects to. It's for me, I can't speak or judge her. I can say that for me, I know what I feel inside and what compels me. Yeah.
And what is that?
The word of the living God, of Yahuwah Elohim, and that's just who I am. It's who I am. Why fight it?
Is that it within all of us? And a lot of us just suppress it?
It's up to you. Everyone's journey is their journey. You see what I'm saying? Everyone's journey is their journey. So I can't put my journey on you. You can't put your journey on me. You have your own story. So,
Yeah, and you like to differentiate like your path from like church or religion.
Yeah.
Like there's
my culture.
Big difference.
Big difference.
So is that gets lost in
I think the Bible
culture?
is real. I think the religions are fake. That's what I feel.
What is? I don't.
Because these are just records that were taken by an organization. You don't need to It's like if I take hip hop and I make it a religion and put Jay-Z on the cross. You know what I mean? It's like that was a culture of people that did things. You take the culture of people that did things and then you make it a religion for money and fame and you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
you could take any story and say, hey, if you want to hear the story, come see it here. So
it's kind of like each religion is almost its own remix of the same story.
Well, I'm not here to speak on every religion. I'm just saying from a perspective of what I know. It was a culture of people. The story is about a certain people who went through certain things, and that was a story. Now, and if I take these scrolls and I put them together, and I go and say, hey guys, if you want to hear these scrolls, come pay this building.
So how has this affected like your stand-up?
Nothing. I'm hilarious. It actually made me funnier.
That's what I meant, like your material or how you're.
Well, I don't get too deep into this with my material, but I do represent who I am as a person. Yeah.
Are you? Yeah.
As a person, what I mean by as my everyday experiences in life.
Right.
You're not supposed to be overly much righteous where you can't have experiences of life. We have experiences.
Right. Yeah.
At my point of view, but then I also have experiences. I go through everything everyone else goes through, pretty for the most part. We go through relationships, good and bad. It's just life. Life's a story.
Yeah, it seems like you have this comedy side, and then this whole other almost side.
It's all the same person.
Building up. Yeah.
It's all the same person. It's layers. You know what I mean? It's like you just be who you are. That's the thing what people don't understand. When you who you are is just be it. You don't have to like try and be like, yeah, I have to try to be something that I'm not. I didn't choose this. This path chose me.
Yeah, I think especially with comedians, we can almost get so caught up in the single dimension of being a comedian that we forget to become that we're like a three-dimensional.
Yeah, Eddie Griffin does it too. Eddie Griffin speaks a lot of truth on stage, but he does it in a funny way. So, does the things, his truth that he sees is true. He speaks it. There's nothing. That's why I was telling the guy out there. Everyone has an opportunity to speak what they want. Mm-hmm. There's nothing wrong with that. Every human has a sovereign will. You have your will to do what you want, so I'm not here to speak for your will. And that's what I was telling the guy out there. And that's just the difference,
Everybody has a right, at least.
Yeah, for choice.
Yeah.
So for me, I speak from a place where it's true to me. You see?
So, like Trump, for instance, she did Trump material tonight.
Yeah.
So, it's like, so I guess that's an extreme example of somebody
I just make. I mean,
speaking.
I just make fun. I make fun of everybody. I make fun of Trump, Obama, everybody. It doesn't matter. I'm not a Democrat or Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just. I can make fun of everybody.
Did he go to your dad's church?
Yeah, he
in
did go to my
Detroit?
dad's church. Yeah.
And your dad spoke at his inauguration?
Yeah, he did.
as
My
well?
dad spoke at his inauguration. Yeah.
How does that?
My
compute?
dad's career as it pertains to what he's doing is something you gotta ask him about. I personally, you know, I wasn't. I have my thoughts on it. You know, what was this for? What was the intentions of it? Why did he come here? You know, I don't know. You know, that's my dad's career. Like, my dad can ask me about my jokes. I can ask him why he felt compelled to do that. But I have my thoughts on it. You know.
And what are those?
Well, my thoughts are just like, it's like, you know, what's someone's intention?
Mhm.
Are you doing this to get photo ops of black people, or are you really trying to help a community?
Right.
So, yeah.
And he probably thinks he's just the photo ops.
Well, he hasn't done nothing. I don't see him really done anything for our people. You know,
Mhm.
yeah. I don't see that. So, only time will tell. I can't say he's not, but he hasn't done anything. So my thoughts stand true at this point.
It seems like with how the world, and I've heard you talk about this on stage too. It's almost like the world is ending. So it seems like the world almost needs comedy more than ever now.
No, they need truth more than ever.
Truth more than ever.
Comedy is just
Okay.
a placebo effect. It's like the Titanic. They be playing when the ship go down.
Right. Comedians are up there just on their soapbox when the ship is going down.
Chilling. That's what did Steve Harvey playing when the ship going. He like Cool in the Game would have been like. Sorry, shout out Steve
No, you're
Harvey.
good.
Shout out Steve Harvey. I love that joke. They played with the ship when the shit went down. Sorry.
What black band? Dude.
Well, yeah, sorry.
And he gets
Why
on
does
like
it
the
look blue
stool.
when you're-
He like has the.
This
Say
looks
what?
Blue.
It's in focus.
Oh.
So it shows when peak focus.
Is
It
it-
won't show up on the actual.
This won't be blue
video.
though when you.
No.
Oh, okay.
No, that's just the display for anybody who's behind the camera. They
Do you
can
keep
see.
all this raw footage, or you just edit it? Or no?
Keep all. It'll cut in and out.
I'm talking about. Okay, got you. Nice.
But the
How
blue,
many listeners do you have?
I get about 1,500 a week.
Nice.
So
Shout out to all the listeners.
oh yeah, shout out. It's really it's a comedy mastery podcast. So it's more about
Nice.
interviewing comedians about the craft of comedy and their
Yeah,
process.
we went off into political and which is I'm fine with it. It just keeps. It's not like I'm you know I'm not mad about it. It's just like
Yeah.
like you said, my comedy is my comedy.
Mm-hmm.
My thoughts are my thoughts, and I pull my everyday experiences in my comedy as you see. So
Yeah, for sure.
yeah.
And even to get into your creative side a little bit more, because it's just interesting, you being like this prodigy, in the sense of it's 16, you're in church doing Chris Rock jokes,
Uh-huh.
and then by like 19?
Yep.
Where you
I
do
was
like
out
a
in Hollywood.
you did a 3-minute set at Laugh
Yep.
Factory, and then like 20
Boom.
something movies later. Like what was that set, or like who saw you, or what was that moment?
It was
that-
just one of those moments.
Yeah.
That's why I know I always felt like I had something else pulling me, you know. So I think it was part of the story, you know. It had to happen. No one else has done that since.
it's
I haven't
meteoric.
seen- yeah, it's like you know. But and then the reason why I feel like it's not there now, I'm at the next phase in my life.
Right.
You know, I think I'm at a place in my life where I'm doing things more meaningful for the world and society. So I'm just not gonna just put anything out there, you know. Say people want to put junk on everything, you know, or open up the hole more instead of patching it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm a patcher upper. Is that a word? It's not a word. It's
The
not a word.
patcher upper.
Patcher upper.
So what happened that
I'm a
night?
stuff maker upper.
Was there an agent in the audience?
Yeah, it was an agent from CAA,
Oh snap! The
Ka.
big boys.
the big boys.
Yeah.
It's actually a female, and she was her name was Elena DeCoste, and she
Okay.
brought me to there and signed me. They signed me.
Yeah, I saw. Well, I saw you're with Tamara now.
Yes.
Yeah,
Shout out to Tamara.
she's been on here. She's been on here as well. I interviewed her when we were out in LA, and you getting into really Tropic Thunder. I had two things I just wanted to touch on with it. The first, you working with Robert Downey Jr. in blackface,
That
as a
would not-
method actor.
That movie would not have worked now. Sadly, that movie would not have worked now. I mean, it's so racist. Isn't it? Back then, that movie was. I mean, it's still funny, but I'm saying back then it was not. Like now, with Trump in office, if he was to do that right now, that just shows you how polarizing
Oh yeah, man.
things go so quickly, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that movie would. It was a great experience, but that movie would not work right now. I'll tell you that right now.
But did you ever get offended or like? I mean, you're just saying like a white guy in blackface.
You
You're
know,
like, is
it's
this
so
real?
funny because I did grow up thinking that we were all equal. You know, so for me it wasn't offensive. I thought it was just like fun. But then I did the history of blackface. I was like, wait a minute, you know, this is offensive. I was 22 under that film. You weren't thinking about race. Kids don't see race like that. You know, they don't see different nations like that. I guess when you get older, you get programmed
Right.
to start to see nations in a certain way. And I do believe every nation is different. Every nation has their greatness to it. But at the time, I wasn't seeing it, and I was trying to have fun, you know. So, but I started doing history, and I'm like, wait a minute, what do you mean, you people? You know what I mean? So that's where that line came from. I started to kind of like, he's like, huh, what do you mean, you people? Like, what do you mean, you mean? That line was like an improv, that, you know.
That's great.
Yeah, it was a blessing.
And he was just walking around set like that, right? He
Yeah,
like
he
never
kept
broke
going.
character.
Kept going. He kept going. It's ridiculous.
What about being under the helm of Ben Stiller? Like, what was that experience
Great learning
like?
experience.
Yeah, what did you
That was
learn
all
from
my
that?
college. I think that was a college.
Oh yeah.
That was a great college for me. So I learned a lot from Ben, and I told Ben, I was like, Ben, I learned so much from you. He was looking at me like scared, like, oops. I hope I didn't teach this Negro. Stop. Let me stop. Hope I didn't teach him too much. I never forget the face he had. Like, Ben, I learned so much from you. He was like, yeah, great.
Is that just how he is? Like he's just
Nah, I
kinda
mean, yeah, he
standoffish?
cool. I'm just being stupid. I don't know, but he was just kind of looking at me like, you know, did you? I think he was just stressed. It was a $90 million movie.
Right,
So
right.
you got explosions going on, Tom Cruise, and you know what I mean. I'm just taking it. I'm just being stupid. I'm having hot breath.
Hey, we out here.
Shout out.
Fontis Water.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the sponsor. They're
Really? How you doing?
Blue Mountain spring water.
That's good.
Hey.
Give you hot breath, one breath at a time.
So, what did you specifically learn from Ben?
Just, I mean, he's great. Filmmaking. He's a filmmaker. Ben's a
Right.
filmmaker. People don't know that. They look at him as an actor. He's a filmmaker. He's a content creator. Very hard to do.
So, any like specifics about like his work ethic or
His work
his
ethic is amazing.
discipline
It's
or-
unreal. It's unreal.
But you're on a $90 million movie. Like this isn't Roll Bounce, you know.
Yeah.
Like this is.
I mean, that was a tough movie too, believe it or not.
No, I mean, I'm not.
Been,
no, I'm not.
been,
I'm
on,
not.
been on
trying to
roller,
denounce
been
it.
on roller skates for.
But 90 million, like you're looking at like blockbuster
Yeah.
film. Most people on the planet don't even get to be on set for something like that.
Yeah.
So even
There was
like
a lot of blockbuster films back then. Yeah, it was a good, great ride, man.
it-
I'm starting to learn that you can do. I learned that you could do more with less too. You don't need 90 million to do 90 million quality movies. You just need a great writer, great producer that's humble and want to make films. So the 90 million is like the hype, like $90 million comedy, yeah. And that was big back then. Nowadays, I mean, I guess. Well, no, it's $90 million comedies still don't exist. Actually, now that I think about it, it still doesn't exist. So yeah, good times.
from all these movies you were in and a part of, and now you have your own production company and you're creating your own content. What were lessons you learned from working on all those movies that you carry over into your own personal endeavors now?
Just work ethic. Shoot what you know. At this point, you know, I guess you got to shoot what you want to write. We're able to tell stories that's true to us, and that's what being in everyone else's, I would say, movies or what they envision helped me go. Okay, now let me envision what I see. So yeah.
And how do you find out what you know? Like shoot what you know. How do
I
you
guess,
discover
you know,
that?
it's like creative writing. They say write down, you know, what you like. You do creative writing class.
Okay.
They just tell you to write. What's on your mind? Just express yourself.
So is that how your writing starts? Is you almost like free write?
For me, it writes with a subject that I know. You know, so for me, I just write, from what I project, what I know, like things I've been through, you know, or it comes from just imagining, like, you know, like you can tell, Get Out came from the mind of Key and Peele, that whole mindset of like, of like the way they think is their perspective. That's what they call it in comedy, perspective, of course, you know, on life, and you just project it, you know.
But to actually make it your own personal thoughts, make it universal to where it will kind of.
Well, I mean, that's based off of, you know, whatever your genre, your relatability, but you learn that already. We know that. Everyone knows that you got to be relatable to certain people. Sometimes you don't. I think Tropic Thunder was kind of real far left, and I think it was great. It was written well, like so people enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's almost, it can be absurd, but it's got to have like the
It's
heart.
all how you say something.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Can you go into more detail on that?
No, it's anything. You can say,
No,
it's easy.
like how you said
I love
that.
you, man. I love you.
Yeah.
You'll be happy or something, man. I love you. Man, look, bro, I love you, man. Hey, I'm about to kill, you know, because I kill you. I want to kill you, but with the vibe of I want to kill you, but I love you. People are like, man, why you so mad? Because I am mad. Because I love. But if you say, hey, man, you know what? I love you like a brother, man. People, it's just how you say things. It's called, you know, what's the word I'm looking for? It's called understand. Like, what's the word I'm looking for? It's just the way you express yourself. You know, the energy behind it.
Yeah, because I've noticed on stage that how you say something can be the difference between a laugh and a gnaw.
Yes, yes, very much so.
And that probably plays into finding your voice on stage as well, and what's true to you.
How you talk, how you speak, how you inflect certain things, is all communication.
Are there certain techniques you've developed where you found, oh, that helps brings joke more to life? Or
that's all about being on stage and doing that time. Yep.
So what are some of those techniques you found?
For me, you know, I found it just. I mean, I can't really even say it. It's like a feeling. It's a feeling. So I can't really even say what I do. I just kind of project and feel what I'm saying.
When you say project, does that mean like you're actually visualizing what you're talking about?
You can visualize. You can say it a certain way, projecting your voice a certain way. Yeah.
Because what I noticed with yours also is the amount of act outs you can do. And act outs.
Act out is fun.
And very effective.
You're playing a movie.
Yeah.
At that point. Yep.
But I love your commitment to it though. Like I can't remember the one you did tonight.
Donut?
Was it the donut where you like go until people are kind of like what, and then you keep going and it brings them all back around? Like, you just kept committing to it, and it was like ha, and they're like, oh, he's still going, and then like you still going.
Was it donut?
Brought it. I feel like it was donut.
Yeah. I like to tell stories. I do character work. A lot of people don't do character work these days on stage. It's hard to do.
It's hard.
With ADD crowds, it's hard to do.
He's dying from ADD. I did it. What are because I had Aries Spears on here breaking down impersonations, and he talks about like he has like a musical approach to how he does impersonations. What is your approach to impersonations, or just like developing characters in general?
Just taking real life and taking what they do and just act it out. Just take what they do and just take the references and just do it. It's not really a science to it.
So, like specific things they do, or like are there personality?
It's like a
cues
picture.
you pick up?
If you know how you draw a picture of somebody, that's it. Draw a picture. You look at them and go, okay, that is your impression of someone. That's what impression means.
Right.
My impression of this person. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw you did an interview where they wanted you to do some impression. You're like, no, I haven't studied that one. So it was like some random, I think maybe like Terry Bradshaw. It was something random.
Yeah.
And you're like, I haven't studied that one. And I was like, oh, I wonder how he studies people.
Just look at them, watch them.
Just look at them.
What they do, you know, watch how they move. That's it.
You make it sound so easy.
Like you're studying me now.
I'm just studying you. I'm like trying to get as much information out of you as possible.
CIA this is CIA.
It's difficult.
This the CIA interview.
Well, it's all the process, you know.
Yeah.
But I did interview. You familiar with 85 South Show?
Of course.
Chad Oubre, the producer of the show, I interviewed him, and on YouTube, so many of the comments are like, "Oh, white boy trying to steal the black man's magic," and like all this stuff.
Oh.
Because I do ask super in-depth questions.
Yeah.
But it's all for learning. It's not like to exploit someone or to. I mean, one of my
They're
favorite.
probably looking at the Native Americans like, and the Pilgrims.
I mean,
How do you guys do this?
I mean, I know I look like the white
It's-
devil, but it's.
I
I'm
didn't say
not-
that. You said that. I did not say that, guys.
But I'm all about just learning from as many people as possible, which is what this podcast is about.
Yeah, no, I'm not faulting you. You're feeling guilty. You're self guilty. He's telling me I'm not.
Now I'm like feeling bad. I was like,
I'm
oh,
not
man.
stealing his land. I'm
I'm
just
like asking.
want to see how does it grow.
But it's like, you can all have the same recipe, but it's not the same cook.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where it's like, you got to just like take it one day at a time and really talk vague.
Really talk vague. You do a good job of that. Is it just a lot of practice?
No, I just do it on purpose just to see how far you dig. Because as you're observing me, I'm observing you. Duh.
How am I doing? How's the digging?
You're doing good.
Okay.
You got 1 foot.
I got 1 foot.
1
Because
foot.
you're doing great at vaguing. For sure. You're like, yeah, man, I learned so much from Ben Stiller. And I'm like, what'd you learn? You're like, just movies. And he's just Ben, and then more movies. And he's a guy. And I was like, oh, you worked with him for $90 million?
He's been Ben.
Yeah, but you said.
Because that Ben happened. Do you get it?
That Ben happened.
So what happens when it Ben happened, you got to move forward to the future.
Oh, but
You know what I'm saying?
but your reality is based on your previous experiences.
Yes, because
through
that was
that
a Ben.
filter. So what did you learn from him that now impacts what you're doing today?
That his full name is Benjamin.
Is it though?
Yes,
Oh,
Ben
okay.
is the son of Ben, which means son. So Ben.
So is the Illuminati real?
Out of nowhere. Yo, out of nowhere. He's like, so, you want to get vague? Let's get direct.
Exactly.
What do you feel about the Illuminati?
Exactly.
I don't know. What is it? What is Illuminati? What is it like these videos on YouTube? What's Illuminati?
Well, I guess one example is having black men wear dresses
That's
in
Illuminati?
Hollywood. That's supposed to be a
Well,
part.
no, white people wear dresses too. Mr. Doubtfire and is that the Illuminati? I mean, how is that the Illuminati?
Well, the controversy allegedly.
This is what Dave Chappelle started.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Which anything he says, I'm like on not blindly on board, but I feel like his opinions come from
No, I'm not
experience.
knocking Dave. I'm trying to see where this come from.
Yeah. So that's the only exposure I've had to that
Mm-hmm.
kind of point of view of the Illuminati is having black men wear dresses, but like you said, white men as well. But it seems to be
Well, I think it came from ancient Greece and
the
Rome.
dress, like the togas.
Yeah, well, no, not the togas, but like back in the day, they would have men do plays and dresses.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, your nation.
My nation.
Yeah, your bloodline.
I think I'm European. I don't know. Is that Greek?
Mm.
Is Greek
It's
European?
okay.
I'm not that woke.
I'm just saying, it's all the same bloodline. Different nations. It's okay. The Greeks and the Romans and the Europeans, I should say, brought
Mhm.
that viewpoint of romanticizing Roman
Right.
to a theater. That was theater.
Mm-hmm. And now,
And now this was derivative from the European nations. We weren't as people of different nations. Our nation was never doing that. We learned that from you guys or the Europeans.
Savages.
Nah, I didn't say that. Once again, he said that.
I mean, I
you
know.
state facts, people think you're hating. That's the problem about America. You state facts and you're hating. No, you're not hating. You're stating the facts. When people don't want to look at their ancestors in the mirror, this happened. It's not like it's like, what is true. It's like, okay, we go all day with this. Like, okay, I'm not sitting here right now talking to you on a mic. You know what I mean? So when you look at it from a perspective of what's true, it's like we have these facts and artifacts that show, and books of the Iliad and these Grecian books and these different societies that learned, how to do the arts and different things from their culture. and was brought and mixed into different cultures.
So the Illuminati.
Mm-hmm. I mean, who are they? Are they? What nation are they from?
That's what I'm asking you.
I never
You've
met
been
them.
in the machine. You've
But
been
I
in
never,
the whole
I
system.
never went to the Eyes Wide Shut. Like I don't know,
Oh, okay. You never went that far.
I mean, I would probably have more money. I probably would still be on the cover of Lottery Ticket if I. I don't know. If that's the case. I don't think it's more so a scene thing. Like everyone's just like, hey. I think it's more so that a thing of just understanding compromise and what would you do what would you do to be famous?
Was there a moment like that in your career where you had to step away?
What do you mean?
Well, like Dave Chappelle's moment where he was like,
I did.
That's
You don't
too
see
much.
me anymore. I'm still stepping away. You don't see me too much anymore.
But yeah, what was the moment that made you do the pivot?
Well, I just realized that Hollywood at this point, at the time that I was in it, wasn't for the melanated man. So, but now we all on TV. Remember, I was working when it wasn't hot. When it wasn't cool to be. I came in the middle of like, okay, all these '90s guys, and then there was like me, and then everyone else came after.
So what were you experiencing that made you feel like Hollywood was not for that, as you said, the melanated man?
Yeah, because think about it. I mean, at the time,
right.
It's different now because, I mean, everyone is like, at this point, after different TV shows, Blackish and those shows, it's cool to be a leading melanated man.
That's good.
Yeah, now when I was
when
in,
you were in
it wasn't like that.
So what was it like?
It was more so you had to always be the second, the best friend.
You could never lead.
Yeah, well, yeah, and now they're like they had Denzel, of course, and Will Smith at the time, but now it's like you have Michael B. Jordan, you have Anthony Anderson, you have more male leads, yeah. But it wasn't like that when I was working.
Did you experience like any prejudice while you were in Hollywood?
No,
or
it's
anything?
not prejudice like that. It's just I think everyone's programmed to do it in a formulaic way of what they feel is safe for them.
Yeah, and predictable.
Yeah, well, safe for people who needs to feel safe. I don't know.
Yeah, because you hear the Hollywood studios almost just want to kind of reinvent the wheel every time. Whatever works, just keep doing that over and over and over again.
So the black guy next to the white guy, put the black guy in the back, yeah.
So what happened to make it to now it's cool for the black guy to be the lead?
Because I don't know, the money. I mean, it's proven. Shows have been proven to work.
Oh, okay.
I guess so. I don't know. I'm not in their marketing meetings.
Well, I didn't know based on your experience though. Or...
No, I mean, I haven't rode that wave. I haven't been on major network TV in a long time.
So what made you step away?
Well, I think Hollywood realized that I was more of a free thinker than a person who can just do whatever. So that can scare them sometimes. I feel that can scare people if you have your own opinions. But that's not bad because Tyler Perry was a free thinker and he was like, look, I'm just gonna put these movies out. So it could be a good thing too.
So for you, you're a little more outspoken, or not as just
no? I just
pushover?
People could just tell when you're like this is like. They can feel it. People can feel when you're not happy or you're just like, this is not what I envision, my image to be. So yeah.
So you just stopped getting work, or
no? I mean, not necessarily. No, I kind of more so turned down a lot of stuff, and because then you get labeled hard to work with when you don't want to do what they say to do.
So you got that label.
No. Now that I know about, so you can be labeled hard to work with, and if I do have a label, it doesn't matter. They don't control my career anyways. My career is this is the movie. You don't have to go into film. Everyone's famous now. You got a camera. You wanna be on TV? Go get your phone.
Right.
So yeah,
that's the new wave too.
Is the wave
is where everybody is almost their own network now.
Yeah,
it's just what you do with that platform.
Exactly.
And you're kind of building a whole production company.
Yeah, we're building. We're working faith-based films, Kingdom of Everything Productions. That's what we're doing.
And it's like in 100 million homes. Is that what you?
Oh no, that's my dad's network. Yeah.
Oh, your dad's network.
Yeah, we're in 100 million homes. Yep.
And what's that one called?
Impact Network.
Impact Network.
Yes, as we're being probed for your CIA agents.
Do you think I'm a CIA agent?
No. I know. I believe
sure?
they watch your network. Definitely, they definitely watch your network.
You think so?
Uh-huh.
Why would they watch this network?
Because they would. It would make sense.
Who has time to just watch?
CIA people.
Word?
Of course, easy.
Man. Do you believe in like tall grays and stuff like that?
What's that?
Aliens that are walking the earth?
Yeah. There are aliens definitely. Yes, that's old. Everyone knows there's aliens. I don't even think that's a big deal anymore.
Oh, but just there's the people that think they're actually walking the earth now, like amongst us.
Bro. I guess if you, I don't know, maybe because I read the ancient scrolls, they are all. I mean, this is nothing new of like it's all in the Bible. The Bible talks about aliens. I mean.
Oh yeah?
Yes, read it. It talks about aliens all day.
Wow. Okay.
It's very easy. No one reads it. You just go. No one reads it.
No.
No one reads it. These are old
No.
scrolls. It's old. It's been old. Yeah, it's late. Y'all late with this. It's been going on.
Well, a common phrase is that history repeats itself.
Mhm.
So what are we repeating right now?
Noah.
Word?
I think we repeating. As the days of Noah, so shall it be.
How
As was in the days of Noah, so shall it be.
how much time do we have?
I don't know. Who knows? Ask. I don't know. Ask your listeners. they know a little bit. No, I'm just playing.
Well, I'm like, I can't really get any comedy techniques out of them. Maybe I can get the future of humanity out of them. Because you have been prophetic. You've been known to be prophetic.
How you know?
You said it in an interview.
Yeah. I don't know. You gotta ask my mom who I was when she birthed me. You know, you gotta ask my mom who I was when she birthed me. That's the best way to find out what was she birthing out.
Yvonne?
No, my mom.
Oh, okay. I thought is your mom's name Yvonne?
No, that's her middle name.
Oh, it's her middle. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. I got her middle name.
I mean,
sorry,
it's random.
man.
I don't call. What's
My
your middle
bad.
name?
Huh?
What's your middle name?
Alexander.
Alexander. You can call somebody middle name. Yeah.
What does Alexander mean?
What interview did I say I was prophetic?
I think it was a radio interview you did. Maybe where you were talking about. Oh,
Dang, you dig.
you're doing a radio interview talking about. Kingdom Cafe, but you were talking about it was around when the Starbucks thing was happening.
Yeah.
And you were like, yeah, I predicted this. And that you said you've been known to be prophetic.
Ask my mama.
All right, I'll text her. I'll DM her.
DM her. You could hit her on Facebook. Say who was your son prior to when you birthed him. What'd you see? Who did God tell you he was?
So you're, this is heavy, man.
Is it the heavy?
So you're important. Like you're here to
I
actually.
didn't say all that.
You're here to actually impact the world in a major way. You're chosen.
I don't know. You're all these things is you're saying these things. I have not said anything like this to you.
Oh, I know. I'm inquiring. I'm asking.
You ever seen it? You ever heard the one when Christ asked Peter? He said, "Peter, who do they say I am?" And Peter answered his question. Yeah, he answered his own question.
Oh, so I'm the chosen one.
No, he answered the question what he was asking. And what's the chosen one? What's that mean? I'm saying he answered the question. He said, "Who saved me?" He said, "You're the Son of the living God." He said, "Who only?" I didn't tell you that.
Mm.
He answered. You said something that I didn't never even said anything to you about. You said these things. I didn't say it. I didn't say, "Hey, guess what?"
Right. You inspired me to say it.
I didn't inspire you to say nothing. I'm saying you said it.
I'm just trying not to be vague.
No,
Yeah.
I'm saying it's not vague. It's understanding. You just said something that I never implied.
Right.
So what thought? How gave you that thought?
You being prophetic.
No, I'm saying, but you said something else though. You said you said something about being chosen, or I never said anything like that. Those words never came out of my mouth.
But do you think we all are?
No.
No. Okay.
No. Yeah, we all are. No, we all play a part in this whole thing, but we're all are chosen to do something. He said
This has been the wildest interview we've ever
You
done,
brought
man.
this up. We supposed to be talking about comedy.
I know.
He went
but
into the background.
every time I asked about comedy,
He tried to do a Jedi mind trick, and it went on himself. He tried to do all these Jedi mind tricks and ended up deflecting on himself.
I end up just burying myself. Well, every time I asked about comedy,
I talked about it. Go look back. I said my techniques.
yeah, but it's all right. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
What?
We got a lot out of this. It's good.
What do you feel? I feel good. I don't feel like I was that vague. I feel like I was like my comedy. I don't really have a technique. It's kind of like in me, you know.
Right.
I just said how I am. I'm just natural.
Yeah, I just figured in your career you've learned a lot of different things that people could learn from.
Yeah, I say what I learned. I say he's a great Ben Stiller's a great filmmaker, and he taught me how to make films and how his work ethic is great, and watching him how he worked. I mean, and then you went off into I'm being vague. That's not
you
that
said
vague.
you like being vague.
No, I was making a joke because I knew you were thinking I was vague.
Oh, but were you vague?
Huh? You were thinking I was being vague. So I just, you know what I'm saying? That's what you were thinking, like he's being really vague. See?
Yo,
Told you.
it's working. You're like you got me. You have now completely overtaken my
Overtaking your mind.
You completely have overtaken my mind. I'm completely debilitated now. I can't even think
Is it weird
straight.
that I can do that? That I can show you what you're thinking?
Well,
Don't
I think
deny it.
it's not
Can't
weird.
deny
It's
it.
inspiring because I feel like everyone has the ability to do it.
Not everyone.
But I feel like
Everyone has the choice to make to get the ability. How about that?
So how long did it take you to actually have this ability on demand?
The Holy Spirit tells me what you're thinking. That's simple.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're thinking. I know it not all the time, but when it's something I need to know, he just tells me he's thinking this, he's thinking that.
What am I thinking right now?
It doesn't work like that.
It don't work. It's not magic.
I'm not a magic. I'm not a magician.
Yeah. Okay.
Go ask.
Go ask your mom. You want me to ask your
No,
mom
no,
that too?
no, my mom's not a magician either. No, we're different. Magicians are just like, we don't do things for pride.
Boom.
We do things for purpose.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're trying to get something out of me and learn something, the Holy Spirit's going to tell me what you're doing.
It's really.
I know. And so if you thought I was being vague, I knew that because the Holy Spirit told me you were doing that. This is what it is, bro. This is the realness. And you didn't tell me any of this stuff, but we got hot breath. Boom. That's why they're scared. They get scared because that's just a different. It's like it's different, bro. It's that next level stuff, bro.
I feel you.
Yeah, man.
So, jeez Louise.
Why do they get so freaked out? Why? It's like there's Jedis out here, bro.
Well, I think the nucleus of it was when you brought up the CIA stuff, and then that kind of started me spinning out of control. Like, well, am I CIA, or does he think I'm? Does he think I'm actually CIA?
People listen to your stuff,
Okay.
whether you know it or not. They do definitely.
Well, I mean, we need all the listeners we can get.
Yes.
So we'll take it.
So shout out to you guys.
So we touch on a lot
Like,
of
this
things
dude's a
here.
conspiracy. I'm not a conspiracy theorist. Just
No?
like, no.
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 What?
I'm so not a conspiracy theorist.
Because it's all if conspiracy means it's not true, I guess, right?
I don't know. I'm just not a conspiracy theorist. I don't get involved with conspiracy. I just go into like, okay, this is what it is. This was not. This was, this is something that people can say, like rumors. I don't get into all the. I did a joke about guys like that. They're like, yeah, man, Illuminati, man, cut off my gas. I'm like, what? Like, people just be saying stuff,
People almost look for an excuse to just not be accountable.
I think people don't see what's really going on, and they try to like blame everybody else.
So what is really going on?
That's for you to find.
My God.
He's like, this interview.
You're being lazy now.
Your camera is gonna just explode like in the middle of it.
You're just being lazy now. You don't want to drop any dimes on this, I guess.
No, what do you want me to say?
Well,
What do you feel?
What is actually going on?
What do you feel? What do you feel is going? Do you feel something different than what it was like 5 years ago? Does actual energy feels different to you?
I asked you.
I mean, it's obvious if you have to ask him a question, you might feel that way.
We're wrapping up. We're just going in circles right now. He's Jedi mind tricked me.
Oh, I didn't. You did it.
He flipped me.
You did it.
He straight
You did
flipped
it
me.
yourself. You did it yourself.
It's like every time I ask something, and then I start to spiral into like self-doubt about even
What?
bringing up a topic. It was like, what is happening? This is the most bizarre interview we've done, dude. It's so bizarre.
He tries to dig. It doesn't work with me because.
Well, I'm not trying
No,
to.
not in a bad way. I'm saying.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I don't have any negative intent.
I don't think you do.
So what I like with this show is
I
for
wasn't
people.
vague though. You just said I was vague. You were saying I was vague. Like you were saying I was vague, so I just said it back.
Well, I was asking you. You're like, people just don't know what's actually going on, and I'm like, okay, well, what is actually going on? And then you're like, well, what do you think is actually going on? And I'm like, no, bro, I'm asking you what the fuck is going on. I don't even cuss, and you're bringing out the devil in me right now.
Devil?
The devil.
Well,
That's
why
a
am I
demon
laughing
slash
though?
devil.
Why am I laughing though? Why am I laughing? I didn't do anything. Hot breath. This is the hot breath.
Let them know the hot breath.
I literally didn't do anything. Listen. You asked me a question. I'm saying, do you feel something's going on? Do you feel switching in everything? Do you feel that? You asked me. And I said, well, do you feel it? Because apparently if I'm asking you, I may feel something different. I feel like the world is in a different place. Don't you feel like it is?
Okay.
Yeah. Do you? I don't know. It's not a Jedi mind trick. I'm really trying to ask you a question. Now you're getting me. Ah! The games. Like, yo,
I'm finally catching on.
He's gonna go and drive reverse the whole way home. Like, I don't know what he's saying. Who am I?
Brandon T. Jackson. Forever.
So everything else,
Yeah.
what are we talking about now? I don't even know.
Well, we went all the way to people just don't know what's going on, and then I
Yes.
asked you what's going on, and then 7 minutes later, we still don't know what's going on.
Because no one really knows.
So
No
you
one
don't
really
know.
knows. I mean, no one really knows everything. I have a sense of, I think, what's going on in the world. I feel like evil is waxing worse and worse, and that's what happens. I mean, that's the days of Noah, so shall it be. That's what it means.
So
I said it, though.
Is there anything we can do to, like, reverse this, or?
Repent.
Bruh. Okay.
Did it just get dark?
It started to.
But it got light. That's the thing. What's the difference these days? You don't know. Because dark is light and light is dark. No one knows. Look. Let's just snap 3 times if you understand what I'm saying.
It's like hypnotizing me.
He's like, breaking through the matrix of the mind. Bro, this is hilarious. It's actually funny because you tried to probe me, and now I'm all up in your mind.
But I
Tap dancing.
But see,
I'm all up in his mind. He'll be at home like this. There's no such thing as Illuminati.
I just
There's
wanted
no
to talk
such
about
thing as
comedy.
Illuminati.
And then this guy's.
No, you got deep. You asked me these deep questions. You went into
Well, you were being vague about comedy, so I was like, all right, is the Illuminati real or not?
what?
Are we all dying or not? Is the world ending? Is it a lost cause?
Is it just beginning?
Or is it just beginning?
Yeah.
Man, let's get out of here.
He's so depressed.
I'm like,
I'm so
like
happy.
depleted right now.
I'm so happy. This is the greatest interview I've ever had in my life.
Is that true?
One of them.
Wow.
Because I've never seen anything this bizarre. But it was fun, though. It was supposed to be for comedy.
It was fun. Yeah.
Everyone's going to be like, what is this interview about?
But I don't even know.
That's what's going to make it good.
I had a whole roadmap, and then I'm like, I don't even know.
We talked comedy, bro.
We did.
You
yeah.
just said I was vague in my head, and I repeated it. In your head, you was like, oh, it's being real vague. That's what your spirit was saying.
But then that convinced me that you were being vague. Instead of just being confident in my questions, I should have just kept going.
No, you were vague. You were saying that before. I just repeated what you said, and it freaks you out.
Can you take a picture of us? Let's get out of here.
He's so stressed out. Yo.
No, we got what we needed, though.
You got so much.
We got a lot.
This is one of the funnest interviews I've ever had. Why do you seem so stressed?
No, I'm excited now. Please build it back up.
Don't be stressed.
So it was. You said this is the most fun interview
One
you've
of
ever
them.
had.
Yes. I look mad. I'm not mad, am I?
I'm not
Look
mad
happy.
either. I'm just like I'm exhausted. I'm not mad. I'm
I'm
exhausted.
getting more energy.
I know, because you're taking it from me.
What am I doing?
No, this was good.
Shang Tsung. Remember Shang Tsung from Mortal Kombat?
Oh no.
Oh my goodness.
So
Shang Tsung wins.
Yeah. I mean, before we get out of here, is there anything else you want the world to know?
Kingdom of Everything Productions coming soon. Kingdom of Everything. We're doing movies that are gonna inspire the world and have them feel exhausted like you. No, it's gonna be dope.
Faith-based, yeah.
Inspirational, faith-based. Everything's gonna be things that's gonna be a light in the dark place right now. I think we need some positivity,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, I'm happy to be a part of that positivity. Any way
Please,
I
man.
can, man.
I feel great. I know you're confused. When you
I'm not confused.
Listen, when
Don't tell me I'm confused.
Okay.
I'm not confused.
I
I am
know you're
totally in
focused.
control and comfortable right
Okay.
now. I'm not uncomfortable at all.
Well, I know. Okay, how about this?
Okay.
I know you're comfortable, and when you get home,
Okay.
you're gonna have 2 dreams,
Okay.
and some of the stuff will make sense in why this interview was so bizarre.
I'm gonna have 2 dreams tonight
Yes,
that explain what happened here.
not fully. It's not gonna explain what happened, but it'll confirm that what we did tonight is everything that you were trying to probe. And everything will be confirmed in your way of going, why do I feel so like
Interesting.
after this interview?
Well, I like you mentioning bringing positivity back to the
Yes.
world. Is there anything listeners or viewers, is there something that they can do to help start to bring that positivity back?
Honestly, I think you need to search the truth and see what the truth is for you, and then question that, and then go back and research more, and then keep digging, because I think everyone finds what their truth is in their hearts and in their souls, and I think that there's only one truth, but it's up to the person to find that one truth.
Do you have any tips on finding the truth? Like researching it, you said.
Yeah, there was an old book back in the day that we used to read, Humanity. Some scrolls that were taken from ancient people like myself. They were called prophets,
Gotcha.
So
Okay.
the book of the prophets, they talk about those things, and I think we're getting back to that. I think it's about that time where people are gonna either just say it's fully BS or it's fully real. We're gonna really see if it's real or it's fake.
Tonight, when I dream.
Not tonight. We're not. You're gonna see some things.
I'm going to
tonight.
see tonight when I dream.
You're gonna have some bizarre dreams tonight, but it's gonna be good for you. You'll understand how it works.
Man, I got to tell you what. The fact you're even willing to sit down and do this interview.
This is the best interview I ever had in my life. This is one of the best interviews. One of, not the.
Can you say Hot Breath is one of the best interviews I've ever had?
Oh, this was definitely Hot Breath. This was some hot breath. Hot Breath was one of the best interviews I've ever had. Shout out. We're here relaxed right now. We haven't smoked no weed.
No.
And we feel like we feel high.
I feel
high right now.
I feel it too, man.
You feel that feeling? I feel like we're just on a cloud and we have not smoked nothing.
Oh my gosh. You described it perfectly, actually. Woo.
I didn't smoke nothing. Oh, not us.
Not
That's
us.
probably contact.
Yeah. I'd be asleep if it was contact. It'd be game over for me. Well, yeah, thanks for taking the time to do this, man.
Let me know when you have those dreams, and call me and let me know.
Boom. All right, Brandon T. Jackson, thanks for being on Hot Breath.
Thank you, bro. Thanks for having me. Hot breath.
Oh my gosh.
Love y'all. So stressed out.
So much.
How are you? Good? Oh yeah, you can have that water.
Hot Breath.